to Chocolate Chippy. Me and Molly here today, and today we're going to be doing another craft video. We are going to be doing a grow your own crystal mini world. So apparently we can grow some super cool crystals, and I'm going to be trying it out. First, we have to make the seeding solution. So if you can see that, it says start with the seeding solution. So, seed pipes cleaners the night before you plan to grow your project. So I'm going to have to do this the night before I start the actual project, which is okay. So first, it says I'm going to need a jar. I need a jar and I labeled it seeding solution. Add 1 tablespoon of the crystal powder to the jar. So let me go get that. And we're going to get a tablespoon of it. We got 1 tablespoon of the crystal powder, and we're going to pour it into the jar. So let's dump. Next, I have to boil just bottled water because it says it won't work with tap water. So I'm going to need to boil this in a kettle. So now we pour our water into a 1/4 cup, and we put this in the kettle. And now we let it boil. We are back and we have our boiled distilled water and our measuring cup and our 4th cup. So now we pour it. Oh, I don't want to spill this. It's hot. So we pour a 1/4 of a cup into the jar. Ooh. I am back and I'm done the first step. I didn't get the chance to film it, but I'll tell you what I did. So basically, after I poured the hot water into the crystal powder, I stirred it and then let it set for 5 minutes. After that, I made pipe cleaner shapes like this and tied a string and just dipped it into the solution and stirred it around. And I did that a couple more times. I'll show you the shapes after. And now I have to let these sit overnight. There were different themes you could do. The theme I chose was coral reef. As you can see, I have coral, this kind of little tube thing just for fun, more coral, and a starfish. Right now they are soaked in the solution and salt, and I just need to let them sit until overnight. See you tomorrow. Right now, I am currently making my crystal project. So this is where the crystal is going to go, get its color, and become a full-on crystal. So I'm adding a couple tablespoons of the magic powder, and then I'm going to be adding some hot water. I'm giving it a little stir and waiting 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, I cut up some dye tablets the set came with, and I poured it into the jar. And then I just gave it a little mix and let the color dissolve. So this color is red. So now I need to let the jar cool down and let the color dissolve for 1 hour. 1 hour later, and I'm taking off the lid and I see that the color is totally strong. Now I'm just adding in my crystal with a popsicle stick. If I left the jar open like this, other chemicals may have gotten into it and could have affected my crystal. So I put a plastic bag over it and used a rubber band to tie it. 4 long hours later, and I'm finally taking off the rubber bands and seeing what the crystal looks like. This is the final product. I think it could have grown a few more crystals, but overall, it turned out pretty well. I'm now setting it somewhere else to dry. I put 2 cups together and balanced the crystal on top to let it dry. See you soon. It's a couple days later and all of my crystals are finally done. So I'm going to show you them. So the one you saw me did was this stick. So as you can see, it doesn't have too many crystals on it. The crystals kind of formed on it on the end a little, but not too much. This one took, I'd say, a good 5.5 hours. So it did take longer than the others, but it still turned out okay. The next one I did was this blue little hoop, and this one by far was definitely my best. The color really showed on this one, and you can just tell there's lots of little crystals on it, so I think this one is definitely my favorite. Next we have this little star. So I made this star out. It was supposed to be yellow. It kind of looks like pale. It's my second worst. It still turned out okay. The color did kind of fade, but it's okay. Lastly, I made a scene. So basically, in the kit, you could make scenes. So you could make, for example, like a dragon scene, and you can make like a rainbow, and then it came with little like toy dragons and stuff. So the scene I made was a coral reef, and I used one of my crystals in, so that's why I only have 3 crystals on their own right now. But here is what it looked like without the scene. So as you can see, it did turn out very well. It is my second favorite, and you can totally see the crystals on it. So here is what the scene looks like. So as you can see, we have, that's the toy it came with, little figurine. These are just plastic. This is the crystal back here, and this dome I created. So it is a little coral scene. This is just made out of clay. And yeah, so those are all 4 of my crystals. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye guys!